Hello, friends. I am so glad to see you in the middle of the day. Is this weird? Weird in a good way, right? But I have something really fun I want to share with you today. We've talked about it just a little bit, but sometimes it's better to just see things, isn't it? Okay, so this is Lisa Harden from the Stamping Zoo in what is very cold and frigid Boise, Idaho today. Yes, I believe we're experiencing what I would call an inversion. And that's where, since we're in a valley, we have all this cold and pollution trapped down in the valley by a layer of warm air above. And it just makes it really dark and freezing and not very happy down here. But you know what? I took the shorties for a shorty anyway, right before this. That means I took the dogs for a short walk. And I'm sure you wouldn't begrudge them a little exercise and then a little ground turkey. So I'm sorry I'm popping on a few minutes late, but I guess it just gave you, everybody was waiting with anticipation, right? Hello, Denise and Donna and Julie. I know it is weird to see me in the middle of the day, right? Some of this light is actually daylight, not just the lights that I add, right? So we have a particular purpose for meeting today, whether you're watching me live or on replay, on Facebook, on YouTube, or shared by a friend. I welcome you, and I want to tell you about something fun that I am offering right now, very timely, and they are paper sampler kits. So let's talk about the specifics first here, and then I'm going to show you what that is. So you'll receive 8 of the papers, or 8 sampler kits, for 8 of the papers in the January to June mini catalog. And then as a bonus, you're going to receive kits for 3 of the papers from January to February celebration. So this is the mini catalog I'm talking about. I wish I could show you the papers, but I cannot open this catalog and show it until January 5th. Nor can I show you what's in the celebration. Trust me. First of all, if you don't have copies and you're in the United States, please contact me. I would love to send these to you. I send these particular ones out free, okay? You need to see the catalog before you can see what pretty things you might like to have in your collection and use. So secondly, I mentioned the specific amount of papers because there are a few papers in here and in here that don't really require sampler kits. That is to say they're like specialty foils that only come in a couple of colors, or other types of specialty papers that don't really need explanation as to their colors. So that's the only reason they were left out. Or we have some laser cut papers, of course, and it would really be nonsensical to send that out as a sampler kit. Okay, so anyway, you get 11 for everything that you're going to need a paper sampler for. You get it. Okay, so what you get, I have one left to assemble, and we're going to do that in just a minute so I can show you how easy it is. But first, let me show you how they are as assembled. So this is what a paper sampler looks like. It provides you with a 2 by 2 square of each side of the paper. And the way I've kind of adhered these is that these two, this is the front and back of the paper, or front and back of the paper, however you want to call it, right? Front and back and so on. These are 6 designs. This particular package of DSP uses these specific colors, which are listed very clearly up here. And this particular paper has 12 designs in it. It's a little overwhelming if you are just looking at a stack of paper, right? Let me grab a stack of paper and I'll show you kind of as a comparison. I think you all know what I'm talking about. But for Dandy Garden, let's say. Sorry. Okay, so for Dandy Garden, you can either start looking at it through this, and there are 48 6x6 sheets because it's a really nice package of paper and 12 designs, right? Okay, I'm a little overwhelmed already. I know all of these colors, but isn't it much nicer to have it just presented as a small sample? And then in addition, I use a 1-inch circle of all of the colors that are in the paper, so you can see quickly what's going to coordinate with the papers, right? I took the great idea, and this is not my idea either. This is passed on, and I love this idea. But this sampler takes the coordination that Stampin' Up! Does so well and takes it one step further and presents it to you in a very easy slice of pie, if you will. This is an easy slice of pie to eat, isn't it? It's so much more manageable to create with, to start creating quickly when you have kind of a layout of what you're dealing with already. Okay, so that's how these roll. And I've also included the number at the top, whether they came from sale. If they came from Celebration, I noted that, okay? And then I used all the colors. Now, in particular, I find these kits are going to be helpful this time around because some of these papers, a couple of them use like 12 to 14 different colors, which is fabulous, but also is a little hard to get started with. It's a little hard. So in particular, so you can see like this one has 6 designs, but it's one of those that uses 13 or 14 colors. So I just included those on the back. And you can lay these out however you would like to, but this is how I've chosen to lay them out. So anyway, again, this is just the front and back of the paper. And let's just take a look at this. This allows you to really it's a big enough slice so you can really get a feel for the paper, right? Now, some papers don't have, they have kind of an asymmetrical design, and so you may get like just a little sliver of something that you need to look at the whole sheet to get the feel, but not very many papers this time. Most of them are full designed papers. I love these papers. They make me very happy. Okay, here's Flower and Field. This is also in the Celebration set. You don't really know that, right? Look at the colors. Oh my gosh. Because everything looks fabulous on black, right? Everything looks fabulous on black. So here are those papers. True Love. I realize it's a little silly to put black and white, but it's kind of, this is me, right? So everything else had circles, so this one had to have circles as well. But look at the stunning designs that are in this paper. The other thing I really like about the sampler kits is some of our papers are, you kind of have to see them to believe them. The pictures in the catalog are fabulous. Even you looking at these samplers at this time is fabulous. But in particular, you don't know until you really get this fine art floral paper in your hands. You can't really see all of the depth that's in it. A lot of these prints were made from actual oil canvas art that the concept artists made. So I think you can see that. But as much as you can see it on camera, it's so much better to see it in real life. Sand and Sea, this one's the same kind of thing. This paper almost has a pearlescence to it. It doesn't have a cover on it, but it has a little bit of a pearlescence. You don't know that unless you have it in your hands. And isn't that a beautiful color combination? So Sand and Sea, I just think it's beautiful, it's fresh, and this is a really nice way to kind of see it. Okay, here's the well-suited DSP. You know that I'm not great at making masculine cards. This is going to help me make masculine cards because, oh my gosh, first of all, I want like a suit. I want a woman's suit in each of these patterns. Maybe not this one, but I would wear a shirt that looked like that. But this, I'm dying. So anyway, beautiful papers, beautiful color palette for anyone, man or woman, child or pet. And then I have the color palette here to help me. So I'm going to be able to create some great masculine cards with this just by letting the paper shine, right? And then putting a fantastic sentiment on it with one of our label dies. And I'm done. And it's beautiful. Oh, Ice Cream Corner. Who's not going to love this, right? Look at this. They have done such great, everything's reminiscent of ice creams, right? Waffle cone, sprinkles. Oh, I just love it. This looks kind of like popsicles melting. So again, lots of colors. And so here's another one from Celebration. Isn't it gorgeous? Just beautiful palette again. Now I have also called, well, not on this one, you can't see. That's not a good example because this was an older one I made. But on this, I have called the name Basic White instead of Whisper White. It's just a small change. We won't even notice the difference, but this is going to be the new name of the white. So when you see that, don't let it throw you off. White is white, basically. Okay, then finally we have Snail Mail. It's so cute. I think this is what I'm going to be featuring in my Charmed card kits for January. So you can see right now what the color palette is going to be, and we're just going to take off from there. Okay, so let me show you how one of these goes together, because it is a kit. There is some assembly required, but I do not want that to scare you. It's not like it from IKEA, okay? You're not buying anything from IKEA. It's not that scary at all. The last one I have to create is the Hydrangea Hill DSP. So when you order this package, every DSP sampler will come like this. You'll have a printed DSP background on Whisper White right now, Basic White when I can have it. You'll get a little package in a Ziploc that's labeled. Everything's labeled with the numbers. This one has the price, and it tells you whether it's in the mini catalog. This is JJ, January to June 2021 mini catalog. Tells you whether it's in the mini catalog or in Celebration, okay? And then you will have a 2x4-inch rectangle of each of the papers, and you will have all of these little circles, okay? So the reason they are in rectangles is I think it's much easier when you receive the kit to keep the papers straight than to have to dig through a bunch of squares and find the ones that match, right? And hello, ladies. I got some Kathy's. I got a Brene. I even got an Anne. Hello, Anne. All right, so all you have to do with these, right, is put them on your paper trimmer. Cut them at 2 inches because they are already 2x4, okay? Put them in there. And then I'm taking like 2 or 3 at a time, and then I just put them over here, and then I take the next stack. I want to make sure I have a clean cut, so I don't want to put too many in there, right? So whatever your paper trimmer can handle, but ours can handle that. Okay, that's it for the cutting. And then you can do something else. If you wanted to punch circles out of the paper and use those instead, be my guest. I also want to tell you that I think this is just, it's a great business tool as much as it is just a great tool for your own personal use. I haven't included any marketing on this paper, so I want you to feel free to use it as samplers for your own classes. Like, I will be flattered. And then that saves you time and also saves you money because you don't have to buy like I have purchased a full package at least of every one of these papers. You don't have to do that. Just for $17.50, you can purchase it from me, and then you'll know exactly which papers you might want to work with. Okay, so here's what I do. I'm trying to shortcut it because I've put so many together. I just kind of lay them out. I'll take a look, right? I take this organization a little bit further in that sometimes I don't like papers that look alike to be right next to each other. I realize, a little wonky, right? Like these papers, are they the same? No, but I don't want them together. This is your little kit. You get to decide where these papers get situated, right? So if you want to do it more of like an ombre style, where you do all the purples and then move into the blues and the Rococo rose, do that. I think that's just as helpful. It just depends on what you like, right? So the basic layout, as I showed you, is going to be for papers with 6 designs. The 6 on the front, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 papers, 2 sides each paper. And then I have the solid circles running down the right-hand side. Again, do what you want. Do you. As long as you can get it on the cardstock, that's all you have to do. Now, I use the mono because I feel like the glue squishes out to the corners and holds the corners down more. As far as lining this up, you really just have to make sure that the first one is kind of straight. And you do that by lining it up on the side, kind of using the names as a guide. And believe it or not, that just kind of does it. You could use a ruler if you wanted to and run it across the grid paper. You can stagger them on purpose so that they never look out of line. Sometimes mine get a little bit off, and for some reason, that's not a big deal to me. I don't care about that part. I mean, it's just like I said, it's pretty easy to put these down once you've kind of got them laid out. This is a super fun thing to do if you are just watching some highbrow show. By highbrow, I mean like your favorite reality show or something like that where you can just listen. And, oh my gosh, they're supposed to be sleeping. Tango, it's nap time. Now stop it. The curtains are down, I think. That's when they start thinking that the delivery man's here, right? Delivery. We usually do have deliveries, but okay, so there. One side done, right? That's how easy this is. And in particular, look at this paper. It's so stunning. Hello, Tony. This would be very good. This is very good sampler kit for you so that when you are creating your book nooks or your junk journals, I don't know if you call them junk journals, but I do, but not, I don't mean that in a disparaging way. Anyway, Tony is really great at 3D projects. And so, she needs special paper for that. And you can thumb through these really quickly. And then I'm going to show you also what I do to take it one step further as a business resource is I put all of these in a binder. Again, showing my true self. I know some of you are accountants and you would love this, right? I take it further. I put these in a binder. And then I just let my customers thumb through it. And the rest is history, right? The paper sells itself. It's just a really easy way to see it and see a small sample of it. Okay, and then finally, I put these in order. They're in alphabetical order. But now this does have a function. And I realize you don't necessarily need white, but again, it's my thing. You can leave it out if you think it's a little redundant. So what I do here is I put these in order, in part because my mind insists on it. And also in part, now see, I believe I'm going to have to stagger these. I went a little too far down. Because I was chatting, that's why. But I like to have these papers in alphabetical order because not everybody who orders from me has all of the colors memorized. Right? So, I like to help them. Is that gorgeous grape? No. Oh, can I take it up? Yes, I can. I would not recommend doing that. But if you have to, you can do it. Okay, gorgeous grape. Apparently I cannot talk and glue at the same time. And so what I've done in preparing for these kits is I have gone over the numbers, the names, the colors several times already. Okay. And also I created all my supplies first, and then I created my kits from the supplies so that I double checked myself to make sure that none of the colors, in particular, none of the little colors are missing. So I'm pretty sure that we will not have a problem with that. Okay, look, I can see right now. I went out of order. It's totally okay. One up there, and we're going to put Seaside Spray down here. Might be a little close, but that's okay. We can do it. Where is my take your pick tool? I guess this is good because I want to show you that it's fine. However it gets put together, it's fine. Okay. Probably I would have ended up putting these papers on the back, but really if they can be on the front, it's much more helpful. So, okay, and then one final. Look, crisis averted. Totally fine. Okay. You know what? I'm glad it happened because I want you to know that not everything I do is perfect. Believe it or not, I know you're going to be stunned. And these are to use, right? So as long as you get the job done. Okay, so that is what you will have. And then you know to like space your colors out better than I did. Okay, and so then at the end, like I said, you could take it further. Now this is not included, but it's also not expensive. You can buy just a, 1 or 2 inch white binder. And then what I have in here is I always have all of the special flyers if we have special papers or papers on sale. And then I have all of the papers, as you can tell here. Oh, so it goes this way. Of course it does. But anyway, I have all of the papers here, and I know this one's going to carry over, so I can just keep this one, or, I can get rid of them, or I can, lots of times I'll give these out when I am selling the retired paper. So if I have extra paper of this, I will just sell the sampler or give them the sampler, right? And then you have it in one tidy place. You can grab it really quickly when you're showing it off on a video. You can grab it really quickly when you have people who are interested in looking at it and making creations and so on. Okay, so how to order. Just contact me. First of all, I believe if you are on my email list, you received an email about these, right? I'm also pretty sure that I put it on my Facebook, but I am going to add the link to this video. If you're watching on Facebook, I'm going to add the link to purchase these right after this video. Okay, so you can order there. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, you can just contact me, the Stamping Zoo at outlook.com, and I can send you a PayPal invoice, and that's just how easy it is. And then these are all going to be all your supplies will be put into big envelope and sent first class USPS, which is a little slow right now, but for a thin envelope, hopefully it won't take us too long, right? Okay, thank you so much for tuning in for my little lunch break. It was nice to see everybody in the middle of the day. And like I said, if you're joining me on replay or on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. Please like, please subscribe, please share. That's how you help my little business. And in addition, if you would like these tools for your own business or for your own personal use or for both, just contact me at the Stamping Zoo. All right, everyone, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much.